Oh, this week on Convincing Idiots, you are glad you stopped by, and so are we, because this week, I'm going to tell you, we're talking about flicking beans. We're talking about flicking beans on apps. We're talking about the words in the dictionary coming out. Skibbity. Skibbity, is that a word? Well, we're going to find out, and should it be in the dictionary? And for our main event, our favorite cartoon animals. We have our Mount Rushmore, and we'll see what you have to say about that. But first, let's see what we have to say about that. All that and so much more. So nothing more, nothing less. Let's start the show.
You guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Test.
Test. What do you call it again?
Convincing idiots.
Convincing idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Caucasian.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm low energy Gen X Brian.
Aw.
And I am medium energy, Millennial Nick. And we are here for episode 255 of Convincing Idiots. We are a weekly podcast of three friends representing three different generations. We get together here each and every week to discuss all things nerd and pop culture. So if you've not already treated yourself by going and finding us on all your favorite social media accounts, please do so now. Pause this episode and go do so. Go to Google and type in Convincing Idiots Linktree, LINKTREE. You can follow that site to all of your favorite social media platforms. We are on the majority of them. You can also find on that Linktree a link to our Convincing Idiots merch store. So perhaps that's a way that you'd like to help out the show and buy some Convincing Idiots merch and let people know how much you love us. Let us know how much you love us. We would love that. There is that information and so much more on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So we are reunited. We are at full strength here.
Reunited.
Three powers that
Feels
be
so good.
are together. All three generations are here. So now that we are reunited, I would say a drink is in order. Brian, what will you be having this evening?
Well, I wasn't here last week because the Allie and I were on a wonderful getaway. First time to Watkins Glen, New York.
Boo!
Yeah, it was beautiful up there. And I'm having one of the best beers I've had.
Watkins Glen.
I
You
booed
my
him being
vacation?
fun. I booed him taking him away from us.
Well, you guys had a good show.
We
Polar
did.
Puss?
Yes,
I
Polar
don't know.
Puss.
But anyway,
It's catching on. People are saying it might be the greatest animal
Yeah.
ever created from the drunk man's mind. So
and it may or may
I know.
not be a new shirt soon on our merch store.
Stay tuned.
But one of the best beers I've had in a while, we found up there at the Seneca Lodge, which is off of Seneca Lake, one of the Finger Lakes, a beautiful lake. This is the Seneca Lodge Brewing Peach Blonde. It is really delicious. Absolutely. So yes,
sounds tasty.
It's not too peachy, if you will, but it has just a nice peach hint. It's not too acidic, too overly flavored peach. You know what I'm trying to say?
I love your
But
peaches.
it tastes peachy and it makes you happy and so forth. So yeah, Seneca Lodge. So if you're in the New York Watkins Glen area, definitely go in there. Very cool place. So yeah, the atmosphere is very cool and very good beer. We loved it there.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Dean, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm drinking a Maker's Mark, right? It's tasty, it's good. But I also want to take a little bit of a rewind, Nick, and what you said earlier in your intro. They don't have to pause the podcast to go onto the internet and find our website.
They might have to. They might not know how to do both of those things.
Mhm.
Okay, you think the attention span is so minimal that they can't listen to something?
Those
while-
are typically our target audience in which we prey upon. We need
No. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
Yep.
fair.
No,
All
I
right.
thought about it after I said it because I was like, well, maybe don't pause it right now because I'm about to tell you how to get to So maybe listen to that part
They go
and then pause it and then do the thing that I said to do. Yeah.
I just wanted to call you out on that. So, all right,
Appreciate that. Thank you.
you're welcome.
My
What are you
stupidity
drinking,
has been
Nikolai?
duly noted. Yes, there it is. I am drinking I'm drinking a Sparkle Puff from Flying
Sparkle
Monkeys.
Puff.
It's one of my favorite breweries out of Barrie, Ontario. You can buy them anywhere around here in the northeastern Ohio area. This is one of their more popular ones that you'll be able to find. It's a triple IPA, quite strong, quite good.
Mhm.
Highly recommend. Good color, good flavor. Well, that's our sticker, but yeah, good haze to it. Like me some Sparkle Puff.
Nice.
It's a fantastic name.
Mm-hmm. And a fantastic look. Did you see the cat with the lasers coming out of his eyes with the
That's
wings?
pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's the real deal. Galaxy Starfighter, Defender of the Universe, Sparkle Puff.
Mm.
Love it.
Yep.
Well, I tell
Speaking
you what,
of defending the universe, we're all back. We're together.
we
Yes.
are. And,
Yeah.
and Brian, you could go ahead and take a stab at trying to read headlines like a pro, like
Yep.
some of
Yep.
us others. But
I
give it a shot.
would like to give a little special praise to Dean. I was very pleasant, as has been known to be common feedback for Dean. Pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly
Yes, I appreciate
surprised.
get
He
that a
had
lot.
topics ready to go. He
Mm.
had all the. He was all prepared. You would have been really, really proud.
It was good. You guys were definitely prepared. It was a good episode.
I like how your voice
listened to it
goes
today.
up when you say it was good, but that's okay.
Right.
That's fine.
No,
It was good. Anyway, it was good. I listened to it today. So it was good.
It's okay. Pretty good.
To be
Mhm.
fair, he did have to listen to it more times than us because he already
That's
edited it. So
No, that's
he would
okay.
know
No, but
better
no,
than
but
us.
it was a good topic to do the wrestling stuff when you guys are really into the wrestling topic. It was very good. So I wouldn't have been the same level with me there for sure.
Brother.
Loser.
That's right. That's right. All right. So some pop culture headlines here, guys. I just had to remember this guy here. So sorry, starting with another death here, but I've caught a lot of his clips on TikTok and Reels and different things. And every time I see one, I have to stop and listen to him. But Judge Frank Caprio, so he was from Rhode Island. He had a television series called Caught in Providence. He passed away recently, just this week at age 88. You may have seen him, maybe you're not picturing him, but he was a judge on the stand, and he just showed such extreme compassion to people. Just really, people. It was like a small court, traffic violations and different things and all that, So, but he would make jokes with people. He would let people go on small offenses if he felt that they were just trying to be like. There's a clip out there of a guy that was pulled over for speeding. He was a 96-year-old man driving his 60-some-year-old son to get chemotherapy. They gave him a ticket for speeding, and he said, sir, you're basically you're a good man, taking care of your son at this age. I'm dismissing your case. God bless you and your family. Just that type of stuff. It's just like, man, just really warms the heart watching this guy because he was genuinely compassionate toward people.
Feel good
Not
stuff.
it was real feel good stuff here. So again, he was from, of course, Providence, Rhode Island. So He was honored by the governor, Dan McKee, the Rhode Island governor. He had the state, fly their flags at half mast because of this guy's passing. He was such a well-known local person. So, if you haven't seen any of his clips out there, look him up, Judge Frank Caprio. And if you need some cheering up, go check him out. You'll definitely feel good about watching how he interacts with folks. So that's it. You guys familiar with him? Have you seen any of these? Does it ring a bell or no?
I'm not familiar, but I do recall you telling that story before. I don't remember. It was on a
Okay.
past episode, or maybe you were just telling us off camera. But I do remember the story about the elderly man taking his, also elderly son to chemo and stuff like that. So no, that's really. I'm not really familiar with him, but that's sounds like a little more content that we could all use a little more of anymore. So
Yeah. Go ahead, Dean.
I was just gonna say I actually have seen the guy. I've come across his clips on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, different in my feed. And yeah, it's very heartwarming, very down to earth. It's just nice to see, with all of the horse shit out there, where we're all just being shitty to each other on a regular basis. It's good to see that to come up in your feed every once in a while. It was nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So rest in peace, Mr. Caprio. I like this idea of an app. So speaking of using your phones and apps and all that, you could be so distracted, as we all know, by scrolling or what have you. It's easy to get lost in, if you're going through TikTok or Reels or something like that. You could waste a lot of time. It's very easy to get distracted if you're trying to do something else. If you're trying to work, or something else and trying to be more productive, you can get thrown off. Of course, you could play this podcast, put it in your pocket, keep moving. You don't have to be distracted further. We highly recommend.
And if it is
that.
distracting, just pause it. And go do what you're going to do, and then come back. We'll be here.
Pause the entire internet. It will, and then come back and restart the whole internet and let us pick it up with you.
See, he gets it.
Probably one of our most common feedback is we are extremely plausible, or not plausible, plausible.
Plausible, yeah.
We're definitely not plausible, but we are plausible.
They've been doing that for how many years?
Yeah,
that's not very plausible. I've heard
it's still not making any money. No, that is plausible. That is possible. Yeah. No, but this is a YouTuber, Hank Green, has a new app called Focus Friend. And it features a smiling cartoon bean that encourages users to boost their productivity. So apparently how it works is you download the app to your phone, your device, and you assign you assign a user, like a little bean. You can name it something fun or something, I guess. And then it encourages you not to start using apps and stuff in your phone. So if I
had more access to a little bean on a regular basis, I probably would be on my phone less.
Well, apparently what it does is the bean on the app. No, you don't do that.
No.
That's a myth.
Oh, okay.
That's a myth anyway. It's an urban myth. No, but the longer
you got to grind the bean, you don't flick it. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, he's just saying the bean's a myth. he's never been able.
I've never seen any proof of that.
I keep hearing of it. Yeah. Allie tells me it's there, but I don't know. I have doubts. No, but apparently the longer you leave it go, the bean is knitting, apparently, on the app. Right? And the longer that you let him go and knit, he knits socks on this app, and you could trade socks in the app for stuff in the house behind you. So you can trade it in for fun things, surroundings and stuff like that. But if you pick up your phone and start using it, then you're disrupting the knitting, and he gets up, and then it slows down your ability to trade in and for him to knit more socks, that type of thing. So it kind of tries to create some, challenge and some humor to let him alone, so you're leaving your phone alone for certain periods of time. So
Okay.
I thought it was interesting. I've not done it. I've not downloaded it yet, but it sounds interesting. The graphics, when you look it up online, looks fun and cute. It's not unlike that. I don't know if you guys had these in the late '90s. It was like those virtual pets that you had.
Like
You had to sort of
Tamagotchis?
Tamagotchi. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. You had to feed it and play with it and all these weird
Yeah.
things, and it would die within 48 to 72 hours or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
Tamagotchi where you could flick its bean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's it. I mean, I just thought it sounded interesting. I like the encouragement to leave your phone alone. What do you guys think of such an app, Nick? Would you use the Focus Friend app? What do you think about that?
It sounds interesting, and I like the idea. Although I couldn't help, but it's funny how you're almost like having to reprogram your brain, because as you're explaining the concept of it, it's like, well, you got to let him knit these socks so you can trade these socks in for things on the game that give him a better surrounding. That like the same reason you play games is to get stuff on the game,
but you can't do it if you're playing with it. That's
but
the
you
thing.
can't, right? Yeah, so you have to just not use your phone, and then when you come back to it, you'll have all this
Right.
shit. Which is, like I said, it's kind of funny the way that is, but I think it's a good idea. I mean, I noticed that how often I get sidetracked on my phone. Like within a matter of seconds, I will pick up my phone to go do a thing, and I will open whatever app I need to do something on or look at something, and immediately something else comes along, and before I know it, I've completely lost what I came here for. Happens all the time, constantly. So I like the idea. I think we all could use a little more of that. I mean, not everybody's, super chronically on their phone at all times, but I would definitely say it's, something that I see a lot, and I'll often notice myself doing. So it's a good idea. I like that. But it is funny that we have to trick our brains into doing the things so that we can feed our brain the dopamine hit of getting something in the game, because that's where we are. It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dean doesn't like the bean.
No, this is dumb. I don't like the fucking bean. I don't want an app telling me that mind your own business, you little fucking bean. I don't need something telling me to get off my phone.
Well, the bean's not going to self-download. He is minding his business. You have to get him first.
Right. Sometimes sometimes it's necessary. Whether I'm playing a mindless little game to keep me distracted, or I'm looking up where to find the best insurance. So when I get on my phone, I'm going to look up the Blake Insurance Group. It's an independent agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio, offering personal care and support for all of your insurance needs. If you need auto, home, business, or life insurance, give Aaron a call. He'll treat you with the honesty and respect that you deserve. Call the Blake Insurance Group at 234-571-5359 or find them online at theblakeinsurancellc.com and get your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell them you found it on the phone, and you don't need a little bean to tell you to stay away from him, because that's what he's doing. You're going to stay away from Aaron because he's on your phone.
You need less bean and more Dean is what you need.
That's there you go. Less bean, more Dean.
There you go.
That's the motto of my life. You need less bean,
more Dean.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Very common phrase in certain rooms of the house.
Make no mistake, if you are spending your time with Dean, you will be getting less bean.
That is correct.
I can vouch for that.
That's right.
I like the idea. I think it's fun. It's just why not? If it's something that encourages people to leave their phone alone for a while, why not? So if you can create any app, Nick, what would you? It doesn't have to be something for distractions or something like that. But you can create any app. What kind of app are you creating?
Ooh. You know, shit. I'm trying to think of something that's not already made. Do you mean just in general? Does it have to be an original idea or?
Nah, nope.
I like the idea. So what I like, I don't know if you guys use this app, Bands in Town. But it,
No.
you know, it'll link up with your Apple Music, your Spotify, like any artists that you follow on social media, and it will automatically track them for you. And so it'll give you push notifications and let you know when they're coming near you. Like when they've announced a show coming near you. I like that idea, but I also like the idea. So like in the app, once the show comes and goes, that's basically it. Like there's helpful little reminders to where like it reminds you the show's coming up, so you can save it.
That's pretty
It'll
good.
send you push notifications. Hey, don't forget this is a week away. If you still want to go, and stuff like that. So, but once the show comes and goes, that's basically it. I would like to make Bands in Town a little bit more of a social experience where people can upload stuff, maybe set lists. I like the idea. I'm a fucking weirdo about set lists and like even shows that I've gone to, like looking over this and be like, oh yeah, that's right. And then they went into this and that and revisiting set lists and things like that. People posting it so you could see what they're playing. There are also websites. There's setlist.fm or whatever that does the same thing where users can upload set lists from whatever show of whatever band, and it's all public access kind of there. But I like the marrying of the two. So I like that after you've been to a show, you can share maybe where you were or your videos, or here's pictures that I got from the show, and here's the set list from last night, and discuss and things like that. I think that would be kind of cool. Make it a little more social.
I like that.
That's good.
Dean, what are you creating?
Oh, I'm a fan of games. I like to play games on my phone. So I want like a Candy Crush or some sort of bubble popping or whatever the game is, right? But the object above the game is going to be a picture of Brian and a picture of Nick. And as you win, clothes start to fall off. And then the more once you get to the max level, you two start making out.
I like that. It's like the sexual tension builds as it goes until you finally get to that point.
Yeah.
Convincing sexual tension. That's the name of my app.
There is a bean in that game.
There sure is.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
Yeah. I like a similar idea. Yours, and again, maybe these exist. Maybe I'm just not using other apps. No.
Oh.
Nick's the live music because sometimes I want to see something so live, and it seems like to find options for live music near you. It's like, it seems to be either no places that have bands. You have to look up those places, see who's coming. Not a band in particular. It just I want to go see some live music tonight in my area.
Here's what's happening near you right tonight. Yeah,
exactly. What type of music do you want to see? Rock, whatever. I don't know, and just somehow feeds in. It could pull from all these local establishments. They're advertising whatever band music that they're playing that evening. Here are some options in your area. Maybe something like that exists. I don't know, but I think that'd be great. Because that would encourage me to go out and see more live music, more on a whim, or at least even plan it better. From the big concerts to, you're down the street at the local community park. There's something, I don't know. You know what I mean? So,
bands in town, you can set your location.
You can do that.
It'll show you like here's what's happening today, and in your radius, so like all the way out to Cleveland, and some are even closer and whatever. But yeah, I'll share that app with you because it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if it's exactly what you're thinking when pitching the idea, like if it's like as fine tuned maybe as your app would be. So I like that idea, but definitely I'll send you that app. I would recommend checking it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely do that. So see, something like that already exists, then I guess.
Kind of. I think yours is like you could be like I'm even I like when you're spitballing the idea. I'm thinking like even like here's a little bar or restaurant down in this band's playing out on a patio in Cuyahoga Falls tonight, and they play this type of music, they're cover band, or they're what I mean. You could just be like, oh, that sounds like something I'd like to see, because I think Bands in Town tends to track. I would say unless like big artists, because they'll still have like bands from yesteryear playing the Outpost at Kent, listed on there and stuff like that. But they do have I don't know how finely tuned it gets. So
You guys
worth looking into.
You guys ever do like the home search apps, like Zillow or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they show you the map and then the dots of where the houses
Right.
are.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the dots are where they're playing.
That'd be cool.
cool.
You click
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
dot, it'll show you the place, and then you get directions, and then that's where the information is. When you click on the red dot where your band's playing, it shows all the information like that.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. All right. Sweet. Well, at least check that app out, Nick, and see what it's about. It sounds like it's as close as something is that exists right now.
Mhm.
Okay. Cambridge Dictionary, gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
is now adding the words skibidi.
Skibbity.
Skibbity.
Skibidi.
Skibbity.
Like
Skibbity.
skibidi.
Clearly, I don't know what the fuck it is. So, what is it called? Skibbity?
Skibidi. Yeah.
Okay.
Skibidi toilet.
And tradwife.
I don't know about that one.
All right.
Among
Now I don't trust any of your pronouncements on these words.
TRAD wife. Tradwives. It means it's short for traditional wife.
Okay.
So tradwife, right? Among 6,000 new words.
That's a
So
lot of new
skibbity
words.
is a gibberish word coined by the creator of an animated YouTube series. It can mean cool or bad or be used with no real meaning as a joke.
Yeah,
So
it means everything.
Yeah.
And nothing.
So
And nothing.
skibbity is one of the slang terms popularized by social media and are among more than 6,000 additions to this year to the Cambridge Dictionary. So other plan is again tradwife. It's a contraction of traditional wife, referring to a married mother who cooks, cleans, and posts on social media. And delulu, a shortening of the word delusional. That means believing things that are not real or true, usually because you choose to. So
Is Baby Girl
also,
Coded one of them? Is that one being submitted?
No, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't see it here.
Mm.
Also, mouse jiggler, which is a device or piece of software that makes it seem like you're working when you're not. And
Like that?
forever chemical is a harmful chemical that remains in the environment for a long time. So the Cambridge English Corpus it's a dictionary database of more than 2 billion words of written and spoken English. So the company said we only add words where we think they'll have staying power. So coming up on our idiot question of the week, Ask an Idiot segment here, guys. So do you like the slang words like this and phrases, terms going into an official dictionary? Does it help understand modern lingo? Clearly, I don't know what the fuck it is, but does it help you understand? Is it good for people in that respect? Or is it ridiculous to take made up words like that just simply are popular for today on social media, put them into an actual dictionary? Does it tend to water down the English language, in your opinion? That's what I want to know. Do you want me to start with you on this one?
No, it's fine. All words are made up at a certain point.
I guess that's right.
Sure. Yeah.
Etymology has been, going for generations upon generation upon generations. You could root every word back to somewhere. And what did we just stop making up words or stop
We have all the words.
Right. That's dumb. That's stunting the growth of social
That's
society.
skibbity.
That's skibbity. That's
And
what
a
I
little
said.
bit sus.
Very sus.
Delulu.
Delulu.
Yep.
But it's just because what this is. You know who's complaining? Old people who don't understand the words. That's who's complaining. I guarantee you. Old people are afraid of us young people's
Whoa, easy there, fella. Simmer down now.
I'm just saying is that when we put out these new words in our hip new lingo, you older people just get ruffled and your feathers get ruffled and such,
Mm-hmm.
and you all start becoming sus.
Mm.
I use that one right?
You did.
I
Kind of. I mean,
sort of.
sus is
Look it up.
Suspect.
Okay.
Is this,
Look it up
you
in
know,
the Cambridge
It
Dictionary.
is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
You're
I don't have a
suspect.
problem with it. I think it is. I think these words. If I hate when when you say something, they go, "That ain't a word." Well, did I fucking say it? Yeah. Well, then it's a word. If I said it out of my mouth, it's a fucking word. Just because
Dronktal.
you don't like the
That's a
word.
word now. I said it.
What's that?
Dronktal. It's a word.
See, there it
I
is.
just
It's a
said it.
fucking word. He said it.
Yeah.
It's a word.
Mm-hmm. Right. I haven't
No.
decided what it means just yet, but it
If you
is
keep
a word.
going around and using that, that is a fucking word. I
Yeah.
I don't like these people, these grammar Nazis and such. And it's not quite grammar, but you get what I'm saying.
Nick, what do you think?
I think it's all a bit dronktal, if you ask me. I.
You don't say.
Yeah, enlightening. Yes.
Interesting.
So like, I don't have a problem with it necessarily, but at a certain point, like when you, like cross the bridge and putting something into a specific type of dictionary, it's like, I feel like you're blurring the lines a little bit. That's what Urban Dictionary is for, the website. They have all these lingo words that don't, aren't necessarily. I mean, some of them, like you said, with staying power that mean a specific thing. I get that. You know what I mean? Like the skibbity conversation. It doesn't have a clear definition. So, like, does it belong in it? Like, being that it doesn't actually mean anything, it's just a thing people say. Like, does that belong in a dictionary? You know what I mean? When you can't define what it actually definitively is.
I understand that.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a problem with it, but the fact that
if you
it
didn't
has
find
no
it,
defined
you-
meaning
it could be
is weird.
if you could define it. I think it
Yeah,
is okay
for
to
sure.
be-
Like if you can, like, yeah, like we sus. Well, it means like something's fishy, something's up. You're being suspected. It is short for suspect. Like, okay, that's what I mean. It might not be a traditional word. It's just a shortened version of suspect.
There's a lot of
But
words in the dictionary that
it
are
makes
like,
sense.
oh, that's the shorter version of this word. They don't
Yeah,
give
for sure.
it's not giving you a whole new meaning. It means this other word, but in the dictionary telling you that the other that is short for that word.
Right.
It's the abbreviation of whatnot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I don't like I said, if it's as Dean alluded to, like our language is always evolving. We will always be coming up with new ways to communicate or say things. But if it's a word that you can't really give, doesn't actually mean anything, I don't know that one belongs in a dictionary. The point of a dictionary is to teach someone that word and explain to them what it means. And if you can't explain what it means, I don't know that it belongs in a dictionary. But
I actually
adding new
think
words to them is fine.
I'm going to look
So-
this up. But I believe Skibbity is like a character from a video game.
It's that skibbity toilet thing, is what I understand it to be. There's that. It was a mod in, was it Roblox, or there was an offshoot of one of those games, and it's a guy's. It's like a bald guy's head that pops out of a toilet, and it was skibbity toilet, whatever, and that's kids latched onto it. It was a very popular game mod, and I believe it was Roblox. So I don't know. I think that's where it came from. That's the first time I'd ever heard of it. So Brian, did any of the words that we said make any sense to you on that one? You know what Roblox is?
Nope.
I wouldn't expect. I mean, I'm not even like an old joke. Like we only know because we have children who play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it's like Minecraft basically, where the overarching game is Roblox, but everything inside, like levels.
Prunes to answer that question.
Users can create worlds and levels and whatever, and then everybody can just play it. So there's like hundreds of thousands of games on there that like level, and probably millions that you could like play different little things and whatever. So, and some of them get popular for who knows why.
As far as the dictionary stuff, I mean, I don't care, to be honest. It's like just because a word's in a dictionary doesn't mean the average person is going to use it anyway. There's words that's been in the dictionary forever that people just don't know what they are. They don't use them. It's not normal to use. They sound ridiculous already. And most people aren't going to use them anyway. So I don't care. Some of these things here, I mean, I tend to agree with you in the sense of like skibbity. Okay, that's more of a slang to me. Like a slang diction. At least, of course, if it probably is defined as such. Now that I say that, they probably define it as slang.
Sure.
Fine. You know what? Honestly, I don't care. Really,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. Again, just because it's there doesn't mean you're going to use it. Most
Right.
people aren't.
And if you can't
Yeah.
define the word, you can't tell Brian he can't pronounce it skibidi.
That's
Skeebity.
true. That's true.
Skibidi.
Skeebity.
Skibidi.
Yeah.
That's Porky Pig slang. Skibidi,
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 skibidi. That's all,
Skeebity,
folks.
skeebity. Yep.
Skibidi, skibidi. That's all, folks.
Yeah. And that
Hmm.
is an excellent segue
Good
into our
pickup.
main topic
Mhm.
that Nick will tell you all about right after the break.
Skibidi, skibidi, skibidi. Stick around, folks.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies.
Four. Don't care. 3, 2.
And welcome back to Convincing Idiots.
Hi.
This is episode 255. I'm
Wow.
Millennial Nick, alongside Gen X Brian and the Zennial Dean. Boy, we sure did miss you in that break, and I'm sure you probably missed us too. Well, we're back together, best friends. Man's best friend, you and I, the podcast listener, the podcasters. You might say that was a horrible segue, and you'd be right. But what we will talk about this evening, we're going to abandon that and just dive right in. What we will be discussing
Jesus.
this evening is our top favorite animated animals. That's right. So this is any type of not live, Dean, not human, and also animal specific characters. So as long as it fits that criteria, you are allowed to say it. If you are not, Brian may give you a fine that is to be determined. So we will see.
Yep. The merit.
That's right. So, Brian, why don't you lead with example? Why don't you go ahead and give us your 1st pick here?
I'm going to give you the one, if you're watching YouTube, on my new hat here. These new era hats, by the way, they have a new Looney Tune line that's very cool. So on my hat is the great Wile E. Coyote Super Genius, gentlemen. So always loved Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner cartoons. Just great character, a lot of fun. I also like the episode where Wiley talked and was going after Bugs Bunny. That was a funny episode there where he was trying to be schmooze and use his genius techniques to capture Bugs Bunny. But, certainly more popular as, in the chasing of the Roadrunner cartoons. So just great character, a lot of fun. And there's a new movie, actually, coming out next year.
People versus the
Acme or something like that.
Yeah.
So, so it definitely looks interesting. I don't know if it's live action or combined or exactly what it is.
My understanding, it's combined. It's been done for like years. They shelved it for a while for some reason, but it was done for a couple years ago, and it's my understanding it's live action with the Wile E. Coyote as a cartoon.
Very good.
Kind of, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, he makes my list.
Very good.
That's a good start. All right, I'm gonna go with the father of the year, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going with Bandit from Bluey.
Good one.
Bluey's dad, Bandit, is a patient man or a patient dog. He is a loving dog. He is a good boy, and that is why Bandit. That is why Bandit is
Bandit healer, noted good boy.
That's right. Good boy.
Very good.
Excellent.
I like that pick. Love me some Bandit. I'm gonna go with a classic here to kick us off on my list. Always my favorite of the classic cartoon characters was Daffy Duck. from Looney Tunes. He was just the comic relief. He's always funny in every iteration of Daffy Duck, whether it's just the crazy running around wild man Daffy Duck from the early cartoons to every iteration you see of him. He's always kind of conniving and sneaky and plotting and out for himself and full of himself. And there's just a lot that was very funny to me about Daffy Duck. And like I said, of just those classic cartoon characters, Daffy was always my favorite. He never failed to crack me up. So Daffy Duck, he's a real kook.
He's
Very
kook.
good. I liked his version of Duck Dodgers as well. Like the cartoon, and there's a whole series of that, didn't they? Duck Dodgers in the
In the 21st century.
21st,
I don't know if I've
24th
seen
and a
that.
half century or
24th,
something
yeah,
like
something
that. Yeah, they did one episode like that with Porky Pig as a sidekick. And then they went on and had a mini. It was a series of that for a little while.
Yeah.
if I remember right. Yeah,
Nice.
excellent. Okay, well, along the same lines, Nick, the king of the Looney Tunes cartoon characters, the great Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Always loved Bugs Bunny. Classic character. Voice was excellent. The genius, Mel Blanc. Just fantastic. So I don't know what else to say about Bugs Bunny. Just hilarious. And he's, you definitely saw that character evolve, but just great stuff. So many great cartoons.
Yeah. Nice.
The Brooklyn
You
accent,
gotta
everything.
have Bugs Bunny on a list here. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my childhood idol, right? Because he hates Mondays and he loves lasagna.
Mhm.
And I was such a fan of Garfield that I don't know how much you can see this,
Yeah.
but it is I sent away and it has my name written in the comic strip there.
Nice.
Had it since I was probably 8 years old. Sent away with some sort of box of cereal, but yeah, Garfield was just I don't know what it was. He just always spoke to me. Maybe it's because how grumpy he was, and I knew that I was ultimately going to grow up to be quite grumpy. I don't know, but I've always had a kinship with Garfield.
Yeah.
And so
Garfield is an enjoyable character because of how dry he is, and it's funny. He's sarcastic, and he's just very unimpressed. Garfield really embodies the temperament of a cat in general, especially like a house cat. He's just he's lazy as shit. He's unimpressed. He doesn't. He prefers not to be fucked with. It's just Garfield really embodies the spirit of a domesticated house cat.
I agree.
Every other person at a certain time, late 80s, early 90s, had the suction cupped Garfield inside their car window. I probably had one of those. I don't remember, but those things were just on everywhere. Everybody had one of those, it seemed like, for a while.
I have the Garfield corded telephone, where the phone comes out of his back and his eyes open. He's like laying down, and his eyes are open when the phone is off the hook, and when you put the phone back down, his eyes close. Yeah, I think it was my mom's or my dad's, one of them, when they were younger, and I have it somewhere.
Man, like the shelf stuff I have behind here, of like all these different character stuff. I used to have a shelf like that as a kid, just of Garfield stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fucking wild about it. I love Garfield.
That phone's probably worth some money, Dick, by the way.
It probably is, yeah. That's true.
Yep. Who's next? Nick?
Yes, it is I. Next, I'm going to go with this is probably one of my favorite cartoons as a kid of probably 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, around that time. So as a 90s kid, the Nickelodeon cartoons were huge in the 90s, and they were so very popular. Cartoon Network had some as well. But my favorite cartoon of all the Nicktoons and the cartoons of the day was Rocko's Modern Life. And if you're unfamiliar, Rocko's Modern Life was almost kind of like I would call it akin to like the feel of like Ren and Stimpy. It was very weird. It was almost like SpongeBob before its time, to where it's just odd and bizarre, and certainly a lot of jokes in it much you find out later that were very aimed towards adults, and definitely a lot of stuff you would see in Rocco's Modern Life that you're kind of like, that's kind of weird. I don't know exactly what that means, but I feel like I'm not supposed to understand what that means. But Rocco was a
I feel that way
wallaby.
watching the show.
Yeah, Rocco was a wallaby, the central character, who also had a pet dog named Spunky, who used to fuck a mop, and that was fun.
Sure.
But yeah, Rocco's Modern Life was my favorite. I liked Rocco. He was very, it was like a '90s cartoon sitcom. It was very, the tones of it where he was just kind of like a working class guy and trying to get by, worked for this big corporate machine, and just kind of trudged along and hung out with his friends when he wasn't at work, and just typical Nickelodeon cartoon. But Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life was always one of my favorite characters, so I got to put Rocco up there.
Very good.
Excellent.
Ryan.
All right, another classic character from my when I was a kid. Still love the character today. Has many different iterations of this cartoon. Made a couple of movies. So he was a CGI animated character in a couple of movies here. Scooby Doo, gentlemen. Yep. So I know we did a favorite fictional dog episode previously. He's probably on all of our lists there too. But one of my all-time favorite animal characters, beloved, funny, loyal, the whole thing. So just always love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo is like just, I mean, since the 60s, he's just been a staple in like everybody's childhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's just part of the culture, the Americana kind of culture, you know what I mean? Like throughout time.
Hulk Hogan and Scooby-Doo. And only one's a racist.
Yeah. That was awful what came out about Scooby.
I know. Especially when he's fucking his friend's wife on camera. That was weird.
Yeah. Always barking at certain mailmen. Kind of weird.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nope.
That's right.
Nope. All right. Next on my list, I'm happy. Pip. Droopy the dog from Hanna-Barbera.
Love Droopy.
At this age, probably. There's the idea that I think that I just love sleepy characters. I guess it says something about myself, but
you like all the cartoon characters that don't want to be around anymore.
What does that tell us? Droopy the dog was fun. He always got the better of everybody, regardless of how much slower he was and slower moving and slower talking. He just he was on top of it, and I like the way he talked. So yeah, Droopy the dog is next on my list.
Great, for sure. Is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. Next up, I am going to take it back to my childhood. Baby Nick. Big fan all my life of Winnie the Pooh.
He sitting there watching.
With his mullet, yeah. Winnie the Pooh was my favorite. I had a little stuffed Pooh Bear that I carried around all throughout childhood and slept with every night. Loved Winnie the Pooh, loved all the characters, but it was kind of the same thing. Like Pooh had that. It hit a chord with me in my heart. Winnie the Pooh. He was just he's so pure and good and not smart, and would always acknowledge it. Right, bear a very little brain, but he was so thoughtful and cared so much about his friends and their well-being, and Christopher Robin, and like his friends were so important to him. And he would, dude, to this day, you want to see me start to cry, throw on the Winnie the Pooh and Christmas too, when they go and they mail a letter to Santa and the wind blows, they go around taking everyone's wish list down for Christmas, and Winnie the Pooh has it, and they're outside in the 100-acre wood, and the list blows out of his hand, and he feels like he is to blame, so he himself is going to walk all alone to the North Pole, wherever that may be, and he just walks into the snow alone and sad and feeling and it's fucking just brutally just it's horrible. It's just it's always it's still I get a pit.
When you leave poo out in the cold like that, it's gonna get hard.
It'll harden. It but it leaves like a pit in my stomach where he's just so sad because he's so pure and wonderful, and that he still blames himself that the wind just blew the list away, and he's gonna risk his life to make sure that his friends can get what they want for Christmas. It's just like I love Winnie the Pooh. I love the character. He's wonderful. And Winnie the Pooh will always be one of my very, very favorites.
I mean, how do you not idolize Pooh? You're walking around with your dick out looking for honey all day.
You know, right? Yeah.
That's
wearing
life.
Wearing a belly sweater, which
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's the only one in the history of anything that's ever made that work.
he's got away with it.
Yes, Sunday nights, Nick. They used to have this Sunday night Disney show, like Wonderful World of Disney Sunday evenings when I was a kid. So they would often have Winnie the Pooh shorts on there. They'd show an episode of Winnie. Always enjoyed Winnie the Pooh as well. Definitely a big part of my childhood as well. Yeah, so very, very good stuff. The Disney books. They used to get the Disney books. They had a book club or whatever it was.
The Golden Books.
Yeah. Golden Books. They would mail you a book every month or something like that.
Yep.
Many of those were Winnie the Pooh stories and everything.
Things,
I did a diorama in elementary school. This memory is coming back to me. And Robin had a Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal, and I took like a box and I recreated that scene where he gets stuck in the hole.
No, yeah.
And I recreated that as some sort of diorama thing for.
That's a good idea. Class. That's cool. Yeah. They turn his butt into like a moose head or whatever. Like Rabbit, like dresses it up like a moose head.
You know that tiger just fucked his ass. When nobody was looking. All right, Brian.
Oh, I'm next. Okay. Well, another Looney Tunes character, guys. I mean, a recurring theme for me. Foghorn Leghorn. So
very nice.
Just, again, another funny character. I love the accent, the Southern accent. Again, Mel Blanc, genius. I love all his sayings. He was like a W.C. Fields type character, the old actor, whatever. But just his sayings, just so good. So good. That boy is about as sharp as a bowling ball.
Sharp. I say that boy is as sharp as a bowling ball. I tell you. Oh, look at him. He's as sharp as a fucking bowling. We're cursing. Look at these fucking kids over here.
Look at that fucking piece of shit. Sharp as a bowling ball.
Yeah. That boy ain't skibbity. Something like that he said back then. Yeah.
Skibbity motherfucker over here. Rooster in the goddamn hen house. Well, I love
Leghorn. Great character.
Foghorn fucking Leghorn.
Foghorn fucking Leghorn to you, motherfucker.
I liked how he'd always push up his sleeves. And his bare skin underneath.
Fortunately, I keep my feathers numbered for such an emergency.
I'm going to have to do this myself. These skibbity-looking motherfuckers can't get to it. All right, so my next one, we're gonna go back in the day. I had the stuffed animal of the Pink Panther. I love the Pink Panther. I love the music, the feel, the weird like '60s tone. It was from the '60s, but like the tone of the cartoon was much different than any other cartoon. It had that almost a Austin Powers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the way
he was, like a caricature of like a James Bond. He was like kind of, like.
It was just cool. I loved him. I didn't know why precisely.
I mean, looking back, Pink Panther. Yeah.
Looking back at it now, probably because he was just as a cartoon character, he was just cool.
Mm-hmm. So, never said a word.
Nope, didn't need to.
Yep.
Silent but deadly.
Yep. I recall as a kid the Kenmore Carnival. As a kid, one of the prized possessions was to try to win a stuffed Pink Panther. Those were so coveted.
Mm,
Used to have small ones and a giant one. Of course, the giant one was, at that time I was probably about my height as a kid.
right.
Never won one, but damn it, every time I saw one of those things, I would try to play those damn ring game, whatever the hell it was, to try to win one of those damn stuff. Pink never got it.
Just couldn't
Never
do it, huh?
got it. No.
Yeah.
But that was a good show. They had Pink Panther, then they had the Ant and the Aardvark Dean, and then they had the Inspector, which I think later developed into Inspector Clouseau in the Pink
Correct.
Panther
That's correct.
movies, played by the great Peter Sellers, of course. But yeah, great stuff.
Very good.
Mhm.
Nicola?
For my next pick, I'm going to go with a much more recent character. They are from the Pixar universe, and I'm going to go with Doug from Up. He is the golden retriever from Up, and I love Doug. Doug is the dog with the speaking device on him. He's got that device where you can hear his thoughts, his dog thoughts, and he speaks as a dog, or we would imagine a dog would think. Easily distracted, will abandon anything to chase a ball. And it's just very funny. I've always enjoyed that character and that take on it. I mean, it's obviously not it's almost like one of those ideas that was in plain sight, right? Like it was like to do a dog in the way that we perceive dogs think. They're just kind of dumb and happy and like loyal, but also like distracted and like, just all over the place because that's how dogs seem to be. So I've always liked the character of Doug, and I think I would put him on my list.
I like that.
Excellent.
Squirrel.
Am I up
Right.
again? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, yeah,
Nick,
you're up.
I had Daffy Duck, Nick, but you mentioned him. I'll replace him. You mentioned these guys. To me, it's a pair. You can't really have one without the other, but I'm going to put the Ren and Stimpy on my list here.
Yeah.
Love that show. One of the
That's
weirdest.
true. They are, in fact, animals, aren't they? They
They
are what?
Dogs. Dog and
A cat? No, a cat or a dog and a cat. Yeah, that's right.
Ren is a dog and Stimpy is a cat. So,
Right.
yeah, it's one of the weirdest cartoon series that's ever existed, but that's what made it so good. Bizarre. The animation was fantastic. The voices were awesome. And just all these weird, strange things all on the side, the powdered toast man commercial, all these things they added into it throughout the episodes. But that was definitely something in the 90s that I got hooked on immediately. I would watch the hell out of Ren and Stimpy. And just
You idiot.
just great. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's
They
good
still
pick.
on? They still make new. They don't make new. They made
I
new
don't think
ones
they make
for a
new
minute,
ones.
right?
No.
Yeah.
You could probably who has the rights to Ren and Stimpy? Is that Cartoon Network
Probably.
or Nickelodeon?
I gotta try to find that.
Nickelodeon. They were on Nickelodeon.
It was Nickelodeon. Yeah, I think you're right. So you would probably be able to find them on Paramount if you have that, because
I do.
Nickelodeon, I believe, all the Nickelodeon properties are on Paramount.
Okay.
That's where Turtles and SpongeBob and all that stuff is. So
I will take a look.
Yeah.
Very good.
Dean.
All right, for my last one, I did have Winnie the Pooh, but Nick took that as well. He's a thief. So I'm going to change it up. And actually, I'm going to go on the one that I said that it was questionable. So I'll ask you guys, is this allowed? If not, I'll pick something else.
No.
Fozzie the Bear.
If you have to ask. Well, he's a...
Fozzie
Oh, well...
He was a Muppet, but he was a cartoon bear in some of the shows. So
that's true.
Is it permissible? Is Fozzie the Bear permissible?
I'd say so. I vote he passes because he has been a cartoon, he has been animated, and he certainly is an animal. I thought you were going to say something that's like, I don't know, like Chewbacca. Is he an animal?
No. Fozzie the Bear. I mean, he was a Muppet, so that's All right, then if that's the case, Fozzie the Bear.
In your nice things that you say and all his accolades, you can't include anything that was a puppet.
That's
we'll
true.
Only talk about Muppet Babies and cartoon or like comic strips or whatever.
Okay, all right. Well, even in comic strips, he was still even as a baby, he was a funny baby. He loved to tell jokes. He was all about having a good time. He had a cool hat. From a baby or an adult.
Did he have a hat in Muppet Babies?
Yeah, he had the little beanie with the propeller.
Mhm.
Wasn't that him?
Yep.
Maybe, I don't know.
So
Yep.
yeah, I just I love how much he loved comedy and how much he enjoyed making people laugh. I respect that, and I hope to do that someday.
Waka Waka.
Waka, Waka, Fozzie the Bear, last on my list, boys.
Very
There
good.
you go.
Nick, finish us up.
Well, this one was not maybe always necessarily my favorite per se, but I had to put him on the list because there is absolutely no cartoon animal on my list that I respect more than this one. If I could be any of these animated animals, if you will, I would choose to live in the uh, drawn fur or skin have you of this character. Hats off to Roger Rabbit because he got to fuck Jessica Rabbit, and
Yeah,
I just think that is he has my respect. If I could live a day in Roger Rabbit's life, that would be all right by me. Roger Rabbit was a fun
smell
character.
his
He was
little Lucky Rabbit's
Yeah.
foot.
yeah. Where that foot been, player? Come on, let me get a whiff of that. But yeah, he was a good character though. I liked it. He was very of that time, that over the top, crazy. He was made to kind of mimic that of like the Looney Tunes, characters and all that craziness. But I did like Roger Rabbit. But yeah, dude, Roger Rabbit got to bang Jessica Rabbit, so like he's on my list. Absolutely, no questions asked.
Couldn't handle his alcohol.
No, I
Also not.
A little rough.
yeah, I see myself in him from time to time. Yeah,
Sure.
I could really see myself in Jessica Rabbit.
Very good.
Getting some of that ink blot, baby.
Yeah, there's some patty cake. Patty cake.
Ink, man.
Patty cake,
Some of
patty
the
cake.
Jessica Rabbit the ink. I'm gonna dip it in. I'm gonna dip my pen in that Jessica Rabbit ink.
Yeah. So yeah, all right, good list, guys. That was good. We got honorable mentions here.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
a couple.
Go ahead, Dean.
You want me to just run down my list real quick?
Sure.
Baloo from the Jungle Book. Dude,
Yeah,
just
that's a good
chilling.
one.
Great one.
Like that's what he just is there to
Yeah,
chill.
that is good.
Great voice.
And then the opposite of chill, Iago from Aladdin. That
Mhm.
bird was high strung but hilarious.
Grumpy, also.
Grumpy.
You love the grump.
Coyote from Looney Tunes, like Brian said. And then I had, because you have to put them as a group, they come as a pair, Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Sure.
Were
Yeah.
always fantastic and funny, and yeah. So there's my honorable mentions, boys.
Great. Nick, what do you got?
I've got a couple here. Mainly, so this one, these ones I held off the list because they certainly mimic animals, but I don't know if they are in fact animals or if they're just from another planet. But I got to give some love to both Zorak and Brak from Space Ghost, and specifically from Space Ghost Coast to Coast and Cartoon Planet, because those were
pickle.
Zorak and Brak made those shows, those kind of ridiculous spin-off shows, and I absolutely love them. And then also going to give some love to Sylvester the Cat, another one of my favorite Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Fuck Tweety, man. Like, he's such a fucking douche. And like,
I agree.
Tweety, like, Sylvester's just doing his thing. Half the time, he wasn't even fucking with the bird. Like, the bird would fuck with him first. And then he's just following his primal instincts and trying to eat the goddamn bird and shut him the hell up. And I just want him, one of these days, just get him, man. Just finish it. I was always rooting for Sylvester. He's always getting beat on and hit with brooms for trying to retaliate against that stupid fucking bird. So I got lots of love for Sylvester.
Absolutely.
Good.
Right.
I have honorable mentions: Porky Pig, Goofy, Hong Kong Phooey, Dino. I also had Droopy on my honorable mention. Dean, Woody Woodpecker. Used to love the old Woody Woodpecker cartoons, the old ones, like from the 40s or whatever it was initially. Yogi Bear, another childhood favorite cartoon character. Had a lot of cartoons back in the day. Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, of course. And then other ones, Adam Ant. I don't even know if you guys know who Adam Ant was.
Yeah.
That was an old
Yeah.
Rock
Hanna-Barbera
Yeah.
superhero.
Rock singer from the 80s?
No, that was Adam
Oh.
Ant. This is
That's what I thought. I was like, yeah, I
Atom.
know who Adam Ant is. Yeah.
Atom, Atom, Ant. Was an
Oh,
ant that had super strength.
Oh, he's had the red suit with the little
The A and its
Adam logo.
helmet
Yeah, right.
stuff. Yep. Secret Squirrel, another fun Hanna-Barbera character, is a squirrel with a mole partner. He was like a spy.
oh yeah, I remember that.
They made some newer ones of that too. Not
Wasn't
super
that kind
long
of
ago.
almost the rip off of the Green Hornet? A little bit. Am I thinking of the right one?
Maybe, yeah,
Like the
because he had a trench coat with a hat
Yeah,
with it
and the
pulled
mole
down.
was, if you look at it in today's light, it's kind of racist.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
squinty eyes and the
Yeah. Uh-huh.
fez and stuff.
Right.
And Bullwinkle, gentlemen, Bullwinkle Moose. Used to
Nice.
love the old
Bullwinkle's
Bullwinkle
good.
show. Yeah.
I had one
That's
other
the-
I forgot on my list.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon
yeah.
is a good one as well.
There you go.
Yep.
Sure.
Nice.
So are animated animal characters, do you find you have more favorites animated animal characters than human characters?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why? Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Why is that, do you think? Just more of them, or is there something just funnier about a funny or entertaining animal character versus the human character?
It's not just funny, but it's endearing. You can you can put more humanity in an animal than you can a person.
Yeah.
People we know are flawed. You can take an animal and give them a personality, and they can be more excusable and as to like their personality traits as more than a human, because we see a human do dumb, stupid, bad, or whatever things, and we go, oh, we know those people. You put a dog in that thing, you go, look at that, it's a dog, he's cute. You know, I think it's something we don't want to hold a mirror up to ourselves, so we would rather see animals be human. That's just my
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's just it's amusing to see an animal do things, that act is, outside of their typical characteristics. It's just fun. It's fun to see an animal, behave in those ways, or assign, feelings or, thoughts to them that we're not typically, used to knowing them to have. So, yeah, it's definitely fun. And they're adorable. Like at the end of the day,
That's
they're
true.
all adorable. So that goes a long way.
Yeah, I like how they could take many of those. You take the nuances of the care of the animal and work it into funny ways into the character itself. Like Bugs Bunny. Dean, one of the best things about Bugs Bunny was all the fun ways that he would eat carrots.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he'd be sitting there talking. Yeah, or he'd open like a cigarette case.
Right, and tap it.
Flip it open. And it was a carrot. It was a carrot inside there, and he would like tap it, like you said, and eat it and all that stuff. And just all these things. It's just, and you imagine if a rabbit was human-like, it's it was not unreasonable to think it's carrying around something like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, good thoughts. All right, well, gentlemen. We have done it again.
Yeah. That's all, folks.
Yeah. Halfway to 500, episode 510.
Wow, look at that. 510's the big one, boys. That's the big
That's
kahuna.
right. That's right.
So that would hit around a decade mark for us then.
Who'd have thought?
Episode 510 would be around pretty close to about 10 years of doing the podcast. So there we go.
And by then we hope to make $100.
That's right. That would be good. That would be good.
Podcast earnings.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
That's just enough for Brian to have $50 and Dean and I to have 25. And I like the sound of that. I like those odds.
Yep.
I don't hate this plan.
All right, gentlemen. Well, until that day, in the meantime, why not pass your time by going and supporting this podcast and helping us get to episode 510. Support this podcast. Go find us on all our social media accounts. Go to Google, type in Convincing Idiots Linktree, follow those links to all of our social media accounts. Be sure to tell all your friends. Make sure you're subscribed to this podcast. Feel free to email us on there if you would like to hear us talk about any specific subject, or perhaps in one of our past episodes that you've listened to, you thought we missed some things. We'd like to hear about it, and we'd love to mention it on the show. So we invite constructive criticism, as long as it's not from one of our other podcast hosts here. So do all that. You can also find all that information and so much more on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So for this fantastical, animal-rific episode of Convincing Idiots, I am Millennial Nick.
I'm the Zennial Dean.
Skibbity, Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to join us for another episode so we can teach our old friend Gen X Brian some new words?
Skibbity.
Dronktal.
Skybity?
Dronktal's happening. We're making Dronktal happen.
Scoberty? Scoville. I'm an
Did you say
idiot.
Scoville? That's a
I
scale.
think so. Oh, that's right. Hey, Dean with Convincing Idiots. Brian and Nick here. Like and subscribe.
Ham grape.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm lower energy, Gen X Brian.
And I'm medium energy, Millennial Nick. You can always count on me, always even keel, and you can always count on us, the three of us, Convincing Idiots. That's right. We are here. We are three friends from three different generations representing... That's basically what it is. Can we start that over? I don't love the way... We're close enough in the beginning.
It's been a long time since we've had to start the fucking beginning over.
Have we ever?
It happened in the beginning. Maybe when I was drunk before the show, but
Okay.
yeah.
We can redo it. That's okay.
I got fumbled up on me words there. Let's try that again.
On me words.
Oh, wait.